Hi, welcome to my channel. So today we're going to discuss about long-term results. Do long-term results happen by default? What all goes into getting a long-term result after a hair transplant in India. So these two Indian gentlemen came to me for a hair transplant over 5 years back for extensive baldness. Extensive baldness as it is quite a challenge. A greater challenge though is maintaining this result for a longer period of time. Now how is it done? Watch these patients' results and I'll come back to you later. So a hair transplant is not a mechanical shifting of grafts from the donor area to the recipient area. A hair transplant is more about case selection because everybody is not fit for a hair transplant. If we choose a patient with diffuse pattern alopecia without preparing him for a hair transplant, there is going to be disaster. Not only will the hair not grow, but the donor area, that is the area at the back of the head, is going to look patchy and experience extensive shock loss, leading to ugly scars, which are going to be much more bad than what you think baldness was in the first place when you started off. So the most important thing is case selection. It's a bad thing that almost every patient who walks into a clinic is taken up for surgery. We talk about failed results. Failed results very seldom happen in a good clinic due to the technique or due to the skills. They happen more often because of poor case selection. If 10 patients are going to walk into the clinic and all 10 are subject to a hair transplant because it is a revenue generating clinic, a franchise clinic, this is what is going to happen if there is no good doctor to guide you, a doctor with experience, whether you are a suitable candidate for hair transplant. The outcome is going to be pathetic. Secondly, the age of hair transplant. If we do a hair transplant in a 22 years old patient in whom, though the baldness is progressive, though we can make out the final balding area, and also from family history we can ascertain to some extent what the level of baldness is going to be, but we do not know whether the donor area is going to be permanent when he reaches a maturity at the age of 25. So if the donor area at 25 would miniaturize, so will the hair that have been transplanted, taken from this donor area and move to the recipient area. They will all fall off or thin out so much that it will become an eyesore. And thirdly, we go on to the medications. It is common sense that hair loss, androgenic alopecia, is a genetic process. Then how do we seek to do a hair transplant without keeping this in mind? This is akin to a forest fire. When the forest fire is in full rage, we first try and extinguish it, not start planting new trees before the fire is extinguished. The same is true for hair loss due to androgenic alopecia. If the effect of DHT is continuing, baldness is very progressive, and we attempt to do a hair transplant, it is not going to serve our purpose. So in many cases, we need to prepare the patient by a DHT blocker, stabilize his baldness, improve his donor area before we take him up for a hair transplant. And lastly, many patients, especially young patients, have unrealistic expectations. Unrealistic expectations which no surgeon can achieve. In these cases, we need to water down their expectations, tell them realistically what can be achieved and what cannot be achieved through a hair transplant procedure on them, and only then will they be happy with their transformative result. So that was the message for today. Achieving long-term results is more important than achieving coverage. If you want to see more videos of my long-term results, please click on the link above. And if you have any questions about hair loss treatment in men and women, about hair transplant in India, do leave a comment in the comment section below, or join us in the morning at Hair at 6, the live question answer session that I hold every day in the morning on various social media platforms like here on YouTube, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, and on Facebook. I look forward to seeing you there. Have a nice day and God bless you.